Welcome, 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 and hello, family and friends. My name is Renee Noor, the founder of the Global Women Wealth Warriors, as well as the GW3 Club. And today is Saturday. Not only is it Saturday, it's an amazing day for us to keep pouring right back into you. You usually see us on Monday through Fridays for our lunch and soar, but today is all about the GW3, our global club. We are doing an incredible interview with a man that have truly moved as well as made an inspiration to those everywhere. That's right. It's about the law of attraction. Whether you're watching me right there on YouTube or on Facebook, or if you are in the clubhouse, guys, I need you to pay so much attention to this interview here. My goodness, he's not only a man that has truly poured his life out in regard to helping millions to not only be that vessel to keep on attracting the right type of energy, but with the GW3 Club, it's going to be our opportunity to have this a part of our next book club. And I'm super excited. Before we bring him up, I have a beautiful queen that actually gave me the opportunity of even meeting him. We're going to bring the queen up herself, Miss Natasha Murphy. How are you doing? And Mr. Michael. How about we bring both of them up? How about that? And we have Miss Natasha Murphy alongside with Michael. Hi, Natasha. How are you doing today, beauty?
I'm doing well. I am super excited.
Yes, I can tell you are. You got that beautiful smile on your face. And Michael, how are you doing,
Hello.
my friend?
What an honor to be here. So thanks to Natasha and Renee for having me here today.
Yes.
Listen, if you don't have pen and paper, stop what you're doing and get one. Right, Natasha? You've been there before. Yeah, she knew. She brought it with her.
Guys, you just heard what Michael said. Pen and paper. Everyone, stop what you're doing. Let's make sure we give this interview the undivided attention. You know, Michael, the greatest part about you, not only are you unselfish with your gifts, but you truly have this natural. You know, you're right over there in Canada, enjoying the amazing weather right now, right? And I love the fact that you have connected with Natasha. I would like for you all to tell us, how did this relationship first get started? Please. And I know, Natasha, you may have to turn down your volume because it's a little bit of a feedback. But share with us, how did that relationship get started? And then we want to know more about you as well, Michael. But how did the relationship first get started? Natasha or Michael, take it away.
Well, about a year ago, I joined Clubhouse, right? And I've been touring and working with Law of Attraction. I sold 3.7 million copies, and I'm sitting home on an island, kind of with nothing to do. And someone said, not traveling, right? Because I traveled the world for my business. And someone said, you should try Clubhouse. Well, and Natasha, very few people do it. She asked her what she wants. And she said, listen, I heard you in a club. Can I get you in front of a big room? It was like, I don't know what that means, but yes, remember that? And she brought me in front of some large stages, and I've been loyal to her since, and she's been loyal. And so she reached out. She took the stretch and said, I like your message, and I'd like to help you tell other people. So I'm grateful for that.
Wow, Natasha, my goodness. Loyalty, you followed up, and most importantly, I love what Michael said. You went after what you wanted. Talk
She
to us
did.
about that, Natasha, please.
That's basically the law of attraction. I'm always a person that is a go getter. If there's something that I really want or something that I really desire, I am gonna go after it. And when I heard his speeches and his stage presence was awesome as well. When I heard some of the things that he had taught me, I don't know, I got really excited, and I wanted to share it with the world. And forgive me for my nervousness, but I am a little nervous on the stage, right? So
You know what? It's okay. How about this? Everybody, let's put some red hearts in the chat because we're loving your energy, Natasha. We're loving your smile, and you're making all of us just smile even bigger. Because you know why? Because you're such a beautiful person. You're a beautiful person inside and out. So if you're in the clubhouse, let's put some red hearts in the chat for Natasha. If you're right here live on YouTube, let's put some red hearts right there for her, as well as if you're on Facebook, please let's put some red hearts in the chat as well. You know, Michael, when you first started with your journey of writing this book, you know, I'm always intrigued about what really you were going through in order for us, you know, in order for you to think about, you know what, this is what I'm going to do. And the reason why I'm asking this question right now, we are in the process with the GW3 Club. We're helping each person to tell their story. And we really want them to understand the importance of getting it out. But you know what? I love the fact that you said, this is something that needs to be said, but also into a work. It's almost like your book is more like a work guide. And that's what I like about that as well. So share with us, Michael, how do you even get started with this book?
Okay, well, thank you for the question. First, I published my book in 2003, so it's almost 20 years old. I sold 3.7 million copies in 37 languages. I never had a business card. I never solicited business, but I used law of attraction to do that. And Renee was right. These are the original worksheets that I used 19 years ago. And I was in my living room, and there was me and my friend Linda. And we met on Sundays, and we would talk about law of attraction. And then we started to develop some things, some of the processes I'm going to talk about today. And within a year, I had 44 people coming to my house with a lawn chair or a cushion. And listen, when you get 44 people coming to your house, they expect some structure. So I thought, well, we just can't have conversation. So then I started to teach the steps about law of attraction, and I was really loving it. Meanwhile, I am working for the Canadian government, and I was a trainer, at the front of the room trainer, but I wasn't training self-help. I was training more technical stuff. So I saw a speaker in Victoria, and I went up to him after, and I said, oh, I'd love to do what you were doing. And what was he doing? He was on stage speaking and influencing lots of people with his words. And he told me the most important thing that changed my life. And he said, well, if you had a book, you could speak anywhere. Huh, you don't have to tell me twice. So on the way home, I thought, well, I don't have a book, but I had a binder, a black binder. It was about maybe that thick. It was full of letters and success stories and thank you notes and photocopies of somebody's exercise and photocopies of, I had all this content. And then I sat down and I took a year to turn my worksheets into a 144-page book. And it was the only book available that had the words law of attraction in it. And I sold 250,000 copies on my own just because it was such a rare book. I was asked to be in The Secret twice. Some of you might know about The Secret. I declined that offer. And then in 2008, Oprah interviewed the people on The Secret. And within 2 weeks, she interviewed me. What was supposed to be a 25-minute radio interview turned into 4 25-minute radio interviews. You'll find out why today. And most importantly, after I became the #3, such a popular guest on a radio show, I then became the host. And if you look on the very first one, look at all those people. Maya Angelou, Gail, Oprah, Dr. Oz, Nate Berkus, and Michael Losier from Gilligan's Island. I felt like I was out of place, but the message was the right place. So make a long story short, I knew that I wanted to be fulfilled in my training and my teaching. And when I experienced law of attraction, you know, I was young, I was bullied because of my body size, and I understood the relationship between bullied and being worried about being bullied. Imagine that. There was always a direct correlation, but I never understood why. I said, well, why would the universe bring me negative things? I'm such a positive person. Like all of you, when something positive happens, we like to own that and say, oh, I got this because I got a positive vibe, or I got a good parking angel, or whatever it is. When it's something positive, we own it, and we say, well, that's there because of me. I put it out there. But when it's something negative, most people don't understand. How can positive people attract negative things? So congratulations, everybody, for getting to participate in the book club, my book. My book is the how-to book for applying law of attraction. And it's 144 pages long. And people said, how did you choose that? Here's the story. When I was going to, I live on an island, everything's more expensive. So I went to the post office and I said, how thick can a book be so it fits into the mail slot? And you know how thick a book can be? 144 pages. So I wrote my book to fit in a mail slot so it could take, and in the last 20 years, my publishers asked me every year for 20 years, do you want to change anything? And I haven't changed one word. Even when Oprah interviewed me 4 times, she said she loved the way I wrote. So I thought today, because I'm a trainer, I'm not a motivational speaker, I'm a motivated trainer, I thought we'd start off with a quick little assessment today. This is for our friends on Clubhouse, our friends watching live, even if you're watching the replay. I'm going to give you 5 expressions or 5 words. And I want you to give yourself 1 point if you've ever used these words. For example, and I'm not going to tell you what the title is yet. The first word is coincidence. You two have used that word before, I'm sure? Yeah, so give yourself a point. Same with our friends listening in. The next word is synchronicity. Or we might say, wow, this is so synchronistic. I've never been down this road before, and I go down this road and I meet somebody and they end up being a client. It was so synchronistic. Matter of fact, word number 3, serendipitous or serendipity. They sound very similar, but it's like, wow, this is so serendipitous. I never thought to say yes or show me a yes if you've had that experience. So give yourself a point if you use the word coincidence, synchronicity, serendipity. How about the next one, fate? That was just fate. The next one's karma. So all of, there's more. I'll give you more. Coincidence, serendipity, synchronicity, fate, karma, meant to be, everything fell into place, luck, kismet. Here's the title to this list. I haven't given you the title. All of these words are evidence of law of attraction. I'm just putting that out on the chat on Facebook, on Clubhouse. Whenever you use these words, that's evidence. Whenever you say, hey, this is such a coincidence, I was just thinking about you, evidence of law of attraction. Hey, this is so synchronistic, I just met an ideal referral or a client, and I happen to be, you've had those experiences. So here's the good news. You're already experiencing law of attraction. Would you like to have more coincidental, synchronistic, serendipitous, fate, karma, meant to be moments? They are duplicatable. You see, law of attraction is the cause of that. That is the cause of all that. So what is law of attraction? I can't prove it to anybody. I wish I could put it in a little petri dish and pass it around the room and say, hey, I can't do that. But I do have I have the definition of law of attraction. It's this energy around you. And this guy doesn't look like me or you. But this is in my book, you'll get to know this guy. It's the vibrational bubble. And your vibrational bubble, like it sounds, it's a cartoon made up for me. It's a bubble around you that houses your vibes. And you're thinking, I got a vibe? Yes. The word vibe actually comes from the longer word vibration. I use that word freely, but most people don't use the word. They use the word vibe. And a vibe, we use it to describe a mood or a feeling, right? We'll say, oh, wow, well, the vibe's ever good in this club. Or I didn't like the vibe in that city. We use the word vibe to describe a mood or a feeling. And guess what? Right now, you all have a mood or a feeling. You cannot not have one. Let's just summarize. Right now, everybody has a mood or a feeling. And that mood or feeling is causing you to put off or send out the matching vibration. What does that mean? If you're angry, you're putting off that vibration. If you're disappointed, you're feeling guilt and shame and blame. You're not doing it on purpose. You don't say, oh, we're disappointed, I better send the vibe that goes with it. You don't have to do that. So when you're having those negative emotions, you're sending the negative vibration. You're not doing it on purpose. What about if you're celebrating your success and your ideal client and your ideal results and your ideal mental health? What if you're noticing all the good stuff? What if you're keeping a gratitude journal? What if you're grateful for everything? Guess what? Those vibes are also included. There's only 2 kinds of vibes that you can be sending, positive ones and negative ones. And you know the vibe that you're feeling, you know the vibe that you're sending by how you're feeling. Check this out. It's the vibrational meter reader. And this is like a thermostat or a radio dial. It's measuring your vibes. Right now, that's my hand. I want my vibes on 100. My vibrational meter reader, I want it at 100. Well, what's a vibrational meter reader? Well, it's just a vibe meter. Well, what's a vibe meter? Guess what? It's your feelings. This is your feeling meter.
We need to have that, Michael. We need to have that meter. Where can we get one of those?
Well, you know what? These are all a package of, these are downloadable graphics. That I download them as photos, just a photo, and then I put it on a little board. But these are in my office, and I wrote them, right?
Okay.
Can it be interchangeably used as emotional compass?
It could be, same thing. It's something that's meters and measuring. Now, the ideal scenario is for us to have high vibes. And the reason why is because the law of attraction. I'm going to introduce you to the job description. You know, when I worked for the government, I had a 17-page job description. Can you imagine that? 17 pages. The job description for law of attraction is 2 words long. Remember, law of attraction is just energy around you. I can't prove it. It's eavesdropping on your vibe. So if you're complaining or worrying and you're sending a negative vibe, law of attraction is eavesdropping. And here's the definition. Can you read that for me?
Law of attraction matches vibrations or plus or.
Positive or negative?
Positive or negative.
Positive, okay, positive or negative.
That's
okay,
right. Yeah, it doesn't sound any better you saying it. I don't like that rule either. You mean law of attraction will match the vibration? What if I'm complaining about a client or a customer or a sale that went wrong? Law of attraction isn't smart, everybody. It's obedient. It doesn't know the vibration is something that you want or don't want, or something that's good or bad for you. It's not favoritism. It doesn't know who you are. It's matching your vibration. This is why positive people like Oprah, for example, would attract negative things, or me. We're not negative. It meant we gave something attention we didn't like. Were we talking about a canceled client or a canceled sale or a rude customer service or a bad date or a bad boyfriend or whatever it was? Law of attraction doesn't know where the story is coming from. It's matching the vibration. Again, this is the job, match vibrations.
And that vibration is like what we match right then and there. Is that right, Michael?
That's
because
right.
We talk about that. We are it's so important to have that energy all the time, right? And like with your energy, you're making me just jump right into this because I can totally resonate. And if you're able to resonate with what Michael is saying, come on, make sure you put some hearts in there. They're like, good vibes. Absolutely. Good morning. Good vibes. You know, and that's what it is. You know, everybody loved Oprah Winfrey. When you said Oprah Winfrey, you had me right there. Hello, right? But I love the fact that you are in great company. And that's something else that's really important for us to make sure we keep encouraging how to stay in that great company, Michael.
Yes.
I'm loving it.
Well, you know what? We kind of have one job.
Yes.
And our job is to mind our vibration. Because law of attraction is eavesdropping on it right now and right now and right now. And some of you might be thinking, well, Michael, can you tell me what the vibration is that I'm sending about my business? I can from here. If you're curious and you want to know what the vibe is that you're sending about prospects, customers, clients, and opportunities, thinking, yeah, what's my vibe about getting business? Take a look and see what you're getting. It's a perfect match. Do you want to know the vibe you're sending about money? Open your wallet. Do you want to know the vibe that you're sending about getting business? Open your business accounts. I didn't create the rule, I'm teaching it. If I created the rule, it would be attract positive things only, done with the rule, but that's not the rule. The rule is positive or negative.
What about health?
Well, the same thing. What is the thoughts? What are the vibration? But today, I'm going to teach you because we all get it. We all have little negative bouts. And thinking, oh, I got a client that canceled this morning. Now, remember law of attraction is eavesdropping. What if, not you, but someone we know says, I'm going to go on Clubhouse and start a room. Don't you hate when clients cancel? So imagine starting a room on Clubhouse called Don't You Hate, and then hosting it and talking about it for 2 hours. Law of attraction is in your room. Law of attraction is in that Clubhouse room, and it's responding to the vibration that you feel when you're in there. I know that you know. People, when they're going through Clubhouse today, they're using their vibrational meter reader to choose a room. I do. I can go through pages, and even some of the titles piss me off.
Yes.
Even some of the titles create a negative vibration. Right. So they scan, they see Renee's club, and their meter goes, Ding, 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 ding.
Yes.
That's the right room. And then there's another room, you're thinking, You see, law of attraction doesn't know that you're in the room. It's responding to how you feel about when you're in the room. Can we get someone to write that in the chat? There's some good, there's some people giving me some good content there. I want to say that again. Law of attraction.
Say that one more time, Michael.
That's
Hashtag
right.
this, guys. Say it again, Michael.
Law of attraction doesn't know what room you're in Clubhouse. It's responding to how you feel about the room you're in.
Yes.
Now, so my job today is to teach you the most important tool is when you catch yourself giving attention to something you don't want. You know, a botched up date or a client or a customer or a business. And remember that as soon as that happens, you're thinking, oh, because I know what happens. It happens to me. You wake up and you get someone that cancels or something didn't happen. So, oh, I hate when that happens. Now, what you need to understand is your ability to do this. Say it when you say it.
Vibe reset.
That's right. This is a button. This is a Vibe reset button because we love a reset button on everything in our house. The computer, we look for it, we say, oh, it's broken down. Press the reset button.
I need that, Michael, as well, the Vibe reset.
That's right. The ability to, what an important factor. So I catch myself sending a negative vibration and I'm thinking, well, you know what, I'm ticked off. My client canceled, or the sale didn't happen, or the date went wrong, and rah. Listen, I want you to all hear this. It's okay to get ticked off and angry as long as you do it. Natasha, this is for you.
Observe negativity briefly.
That's right. So get ticked off, get angry, say, I hate when this happened, wrong. Then say, okay, that's brief. Now, maybe not you guys, but maybe your brief 10 years ago, you'd have stewed on it for 3 days. And now you're doing a day. Well, is that briefer? Yes. Is it brief enough? That's not my judgment.
Yes.
But the longer you hold the complaining, the longer law of attraction matches it. But it's not fair to tell people not to be negative. It's not realistic. Yes, get ticked off, get negative, break dishes, swear, do whatever you need to do. Because when you're done that, you know what you say? Okay, there, I'm done with that. And what you just did is you reset your vibe. The most important button you can ever have to reset your vibe. Now, here's why. I'm going to show you 3 words. And these 3 words, whenever you use them, wait for it, it causes you to include negative attention to something.
I know those words.
You know those words. I brainwashed you with these words.
Okay.
I'm also going to ask somebody in the chat. These buttons are downloadable. They're just graphics. I upload them to Photolab, print them off. You can go to www.michaellosier.com/buttons. How's that, Captain Obvious? michaellosier.com/buttons. Now, I'm going to show you the 3 words that whenever you use them, and you do, some of you use them 300 times a day, whenever you use these words, it causes you to include the vibration of what you don't want to include the vibration of. I know that you know. If you're listening and taking notes, draw a circle the size of a golf ball for me and write these 3 words in it, Natasha.
Don't, not, and no.
And do the international do not use symbol through that.
Okay.
These are the 3 words that cause you to include something that you don't want to include. And when it gets included, it gets responded to. I know you don't mean to, not you, but somebody listening. Have you ever said, don't hesitate to contact me? What did I give attention to?
The don't.
Yeah, but what particular, don't hesitate to contact me. I'm giving attention to?
Hesitate.
Yeah, you won't be disappointed. What did I give attention to?
Disappointed.
This is not a scam. What did I give attention to? This won't hurt.
It hurts.
Don't drink and drive. Don't have sex. Don't do drugs. Don't beat up your brother. Don't spill your milk. Every time you use the word don't, not, and no, you could not give it attention. And if you're not sure what I mean, go to Google and type in no football. Do you think you're going to get hockey? No. Google is going to show you millions of football pictures and videos. Why? Because Google strips away the words don't, not, and no and brought you what you said you didn't want. You're certainly not sure? Go type in no pink elephants. Do you think you're going to get yellow ones? No. You're going to get pink ones. Why? Because Google is like vibrational. It's like vibrational Google. Type in what you don't want and you'll get it. Talk about what you don't want and you'll get it. So every time you use these words, just in slight, just to say, oh, I don't want my clients to cancel. What did I give attention to?
Cancel.
I don't want this date to be horrible. What did I give attention to?
Horrible date.
Yeah.
Horrible
You know when the date starts? In the car. On the way there.
Yes.
Oh, I hope this date's not a you know what. I hope they don't do this. I hope they don't live with their mother. I hope they don't have any money. I hope they don't this. And you are planning. So when you show up and there are all those things, you'll say, this is exactly what I said I didn't want. And if law of attraction had a voice that I was so busy unfolding and orchestrating to bring you everything you said you didn't want because I'm not smart, I'm obedient.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're going on dates and you're coming back and complaining that you keep attracting the same date over and over and over and over again, guess what? You get what you vibrate. But you have the ability. Here's everyone's homework between now and the rest of your life. Delete and eliminate and reduce those words. But how do you do it? Natasha, this is the reset sentence. Every time I use the word don't, not, or no, I want you to hear my voice and say what?
So what do I want?
Okay, let's test it. You know, you might be in business today and you wake up and you say, oh, I don't want my client to be late. And say, oh, ding, 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 ding. I don't want my client to be late. Natasha, what do I want?
So what do I want?
Yeah, so what? If I don't want them to be late, I want them to be
on time or early.
On time, that's right. Yeah. Don't forget, what do I want?
So what do I want?
What's the answer?
I want them to be on time.
No. Don't forget about our appointment. I use the word don't, so what do I want? Remember
our appointment.
I know, it takes a while to flip it, right?
Yes, it does.
Don't,
It does.
And this is for all the moms and dads. Don't spill your milk. So, oh, I just said don't spill your milk. And what do? They spill their milk. So instead of saying don't spill your milk, you say drink your milk carefully. Don't beat up your brother and sister. Play nice with your brother and sister. Don't leave your clothes on the floor. Be sure to hang your clothes up. Don't touch the stove. Leave your hands beside the stove. It takes training and practice, and particularly with us business folks, when we catch ourselves saying, oh, I don't want this to be difficult, so what do I want? Remember, these are the 3 words while you're including the things that you don't want. So when I talk about what I don't want, I just included the vibration of it, and law of attraction is eavesdropping and matching my vibration whether I want it or don't want it. But today's message, Natasha?
Changing your vibe changes your results.
That's right. So for you folks, what are some don't, nots, and no's you might catch yourself saying about prospects or existing clients? Oh, you know, they don't contact me right away, and they don't reply to my emails. Oh, good. And guess what? Guess what you're getting, right? It's like going to Google. I want you to sometime today to have that little exercise. Go to Google and type in know something and see what shows up. I want you to train your brain, because my job today, wait for it, is to brainwash you. My job today is to wash your brain of these 3 words, and every time you catch yourself using them, you cannot not hear my voice say, so what do you want? And the reason is, when I go from what I do want to what I don't want, the words change, and when the words change, the vibes change, and now I'm sending a new vibe. And Renee, you said it earlier, law of attraction doesn't have a memory. It doesn't remember what my vibe was yesterday, or whether I've been having sales problems for 5 years, 5 days, 5 minutes. The very minute that I talk about what I want, I change the vibration. And law of attraction doesn't have a file folder and what all of our vibrations were. It's responding to the vibration in the current. So you can start new. You can start anything new. I've been having bad luck with this or bad luck with that and bad. Well, you know what luck is? Luck is evidence of law of attraction. And what are you saying? This is the key word. What are you saying about that customer, that client, that meeting, that interview, that date, about money, about everything? Your new best friends.
Oh my God.
So what do I want?
So what do I want?
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I am going to show you another little training module. It might be helpful just to show one screen for this because it's a little small.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so in the book, you're going to learn this. It's very important. This is the cycle. First, I start off with the words. I'm just using a bunch of words. You know, my book's in 37 languages because it could be 37 different dictionaries. But let's say we're going to take the English dictionary, put it in this box, and now I have a box of words. That's all. And now I'm going to take some words out of that box to form a thought. So the thoughts that I'm thinking about are made up of the words that I'm using. So now I'm thinking about clients and customers, about dating, about money, about opportunity. I'm just thinking about that, which is made up of words. Now, the thoughts that I'm thinking about, they cause me to send a vibe. That's what this here, this vibe box, is your vibrational bubble guy. That's what that is. This vibrational bubble resides right here. So the vibes that you're sending come from the thoughts that you were thinking, from the words that we're using. So if I use the word don't, not, and no, and now I'm thinking about what I don't want. When I think about what I don't want, it includes my vibe. And then what, Captain Obvious? It becomes my results. So when people say thoughts become things, well, it's how do you change the thoughts that become things? Well, you got to go back to what was the words that I was using. And today you learn them. You learn that these three words, don't, nots, and nos, are the culprit in the word box that causes negative things. Right here.
Power of the tongue.
That's right. And the most important thing is, again, you can reset starting today. Starting today, I'm going to catch myself when I say, oh, I don't like when clients are so skeptical. Oh, so what do I want? I like when clients, I like when clients trust me and they ask good questions. Just do your own little reset. And when you go from what you don't want to what you do want, the words change. And when the words change, the vibes change. And when the vibes change, the results change. And the best news of all, you can only have one vibration at a time. So what are you going to choose?
I love it.
You know, I could summarize everything today into 5 words. And you know, I've done seminars with 4,000 people, and after an 8-hour seminar, I said, I could summarize this in 5 words, but say yes if the 8-hour version was better. Yes. So maybe we can see how many people can chat, write this in the Clubhouse chat if you're watching. If you're watching this video on any platform, I'm going to get you to write it down. You're doing it for you. I already know it really well. Here's the 5 words.
And then what we could do also, Michael, we can have some engagement. We can actually have some of the guests on the Clubhouse to also pour into our conversation as well.
Let's do that.
You made me automatically think quickly. Remember the movie The Matrix? And as the Oracle was telling Neo, don't worry about the flowers. And lo and behold, what happened? He wound up brushing up against it and the flowers fell. And that's exactly what you just shared with us. It's like automatically, if you put the don't, then it will become a reality. And the power of our words is just incredible. That's Michael, right. We're loving you. Continue on.
And then sometimes when something shows up for us that we didn't want, and we look at it and say, well, that's exactly what I said I didn't want. I've been saying all week I didn't want that. And the Law of Attraction had a voice that said, I've been unfolding and orchestrating that all week. I didn't know you didn't want it. I'm not smart.
I'm obedient.
I'm obedient. Listen, I'd be remiss to say, in my 4 interviews with Oprah Winfrey, I brought to her attention when because a couple times she'll say, oh, and don't email me about that. So we had a joke about that. And she said, the amount of emails that she gets on a subject when she tells people not to email is through the roof. Because you know what people say? Oh, I didn't know you could email Oprah. I want to do that. I'll email you. So when you tell don't touch this, what are we wanting to do? So when she says, don't email me about this subject, she says, oh, they email.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, you know what, Michael, if you like, we can go ahead on. Please flash your mics of those that's on the stage. If you're enjoying the conversation that we're having with the man himself, our author, Renee, they're flashing their mics. Of course, we got Renee Porter. We have, of course, Marie that's in the house. Please flash your mics. Of course, we have Sear, and already we have Crystal, so they're ready, Michael. So share with us, what is the activity that you like for them to start to do?
Well, here's what I'd like to do. Because I'm a trainer, I'm motivated that I'm training people. So I'd like to hear people, and I'm going to do this deliberately. This is another topic for another time, but there's 4 ways that people process information, right? So I'm going to ask my question to satisfy all 4 ways. I'm going to show you a quick little demo. And for salespeople, this is important for you to know. Not everybody's touchy-feely, and not everybody uses the word look. So here, This is from my NLP book, but it talks about the 4 styles. And we have all 4 styles, but the first style is visual. That means you need to show me. And when you're connecting with me, you would say things like, you listen to the words. How does that look to you? Does this look okay? And the visual person will love it. And then the auditory person, what do they like? They like the word sound. How does that sound? Does this sound okay? Sounds good to me. It's resonating. It's clicking. It's ringing a bell. Hearing all the auditory words. Then there's the kinesthetic. See the hands? These are the touchy-feelies. So they like the F word, the feeling word. How does that make you feel? Are you feeling okay? Does this feel okay? Are you feeling comfortable? You can appreciate not all the styles like that. And then there's a 4th style, might be new to some of you. This is the digital style. These are the thinkers. So guess what question they like to be asked? Don't ask them how they feel. Oh, don't do that. Ask them, so what are your thoughts? What do you think about that? So here's my question. We can try it this way. Let's see if we can hear from a number of people. And I'm going to do this deliberately. Okay. Tell me something that you heard today that resonated with you. Or what did you see that you're going to catch yourself doing? What made sense today, or what got you excited? Who would like to go first?
I know we had Crystal, we had Marie. Who would like to go first? Listen. Okay, Renee.
Hi. What got my attention, of course, is the don't, not, and no. I pretty much learned a long time ago to, whenever I was dealing with children, I used to work with a group home. And anything that was a hard line rule that they could not do, places they could not go, of course, those are the things that they wanted to do. So I found myself trying not to use those 3 words. And, when you brought it up today, it just kind of was like, whoa, here it is again. Yeah. But applying it to everyday life will be, my task. Yes. Because I do have a young adult still in the home and, saying, didn't I tell you not to put the clothes on the floor? It just rang all the bells for me. Yes.
Well, and now you know how to correct it. Before you didn't know how to change the language, and now you know to say, so what do I want? Which will help you reset the language. These are also great little things to put on the fridge so you can remind your family about the don't, nots, and nos. In other words, you're just going to this is how you protect your own vibe. When somebody comes to you and complains about what they don't want, you have my permission to say, so what do you want instead? It'll stop them in their tracks and say, well, I told you I know you don't want, what do you want? And before you know it, you're going to train that person how to treat you. Not you, all of us. Do you think my friends call to complain to me? No, please. Some of them will say, I always have to watch what I say around you. And you know what I say? You're welcome.
Yeah. I love it.
I always have to be careful what kind of, I said, you're welcome. And then people say to me, and I'm very certain you get this as well, they'll say, I'm showing the vibrational meter reader, you're the most uplifting person in my life. And what that means is I literally uplift them from a lower vibration to a higher one. And my hunch is, I've done that today. My hunch is that people's vibrational meter reader is higher than it was. And you know how I influenced it? With words.
Ooh.
I didn't have to buy you treats. Just words is influencing. Just like words could make you lower your vibration, right? Some of those clubhouse rooms. As soon as you go in, and what we do, we're actually lowering our vibration to meet the room. Mm-hmm. Be selfish enough. Oh, there's a dirty word. Someone write this in the chat. Selfish equals self-care. Care about your vibration so much so that, you know what? You're just going to ping away the negative things, the negative people. And sometimes you can't ping away the negative people because you might be married to them or working with them. But you can influence people around you's vibration with this question. So what do you want? It'll stop a complainer. It'll stop a worrier. And eventually they say, oh, I can't even complain to Renee. I know what she's going to say. So what do you want? Yeah. So before they call Renee, they're going to know, I better tell her what I want, not what I don't want, because you, like me, train people how to treat you.
Absolutely. You know, it's so interesting that you share that, you know, because I literally, and everybody knows, everybody in my group, I'm only going to give you a window of sharing what it is that you got going on, and immediately let's find a solution. Let's find a solution, because if not, it drains the
Yeah.
energy. There's a hot mic. It drains the energy. And not only does it drain the energy, you're right, it shifts your vibration. And lo and behold, you walk around with their weight on your shoulder. And it's like so heavy. I know for sure we had someone else that wanted to do your exercise, Michael. I
Okay.
think it was Krista. Go ahead, take it away. What would you like Krista to do?
Same thing. What was something that she learned today that was influential for her? What does she see herself doing? What is she going to practice? What was her favorite thing? It's a good way to go. Who's next?
Crystal?
Okay, yes, thank you.
Speak a little louder, Crystal. It's hard to hear you.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, thank you, Michael. That was great. My question in regards to sales, you were saying the different types of personalities, individual, and if you feel. How do you know what words to use when you're first meeting a person? Do you pay attention to what they tell you in the beginning? So how do you know to switch from look?
That's a good question.
First initially meeting.
That's a good question. So the question is, how can I tell what somebody's style is when you just meet them? Well, you can't. So you got to get them to talk a lot. You got to get them to talk. So, you know, I remember when I was doing trade show exhibits that I'd have my sign behind me, and somebody would look at it and they'd come to my booth, and, you know, I didn't want to have to interview them. I'd say, well, what caught your eye? Or what caused you to come in? There's always something. That's a presupposition. They would say, oh, and listen to the words. Well, your book, Law of Attraction, caught my eye. I see myself doing this. I've got the big picture. They're using a lot of visual words, where they might come up and say, well, you know what, I saw that you do in coaching, and it feels like it's something that I could do. I really connect with that. I felt good when I heard that. What people will do, they will use a lot of the words in that style, right? The auditory people will use words like resonate or sounds like. And when you hear their dominant word, remember we have all four styles. If someone's using the feeling word a lot, don't ask them what they think about it. And if someone says, I think this, and I think that they're that logical person, if you say, how does that make you feel? Because that might be your style. See, this is where communication breaks down. There's four styles, and one of them's strongest and one of them's weakest. And most people operate out of their own style, so they're breaking rapport with others. So good question. Pay attention to common words they're using, and practice with your family. You could have 4 family members, and all of them could have a different dominant style.
Mm-hmm. I love that. Was that helpful for you, Crystal?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
Awesome. Who else would like to also do, who would like to share some of their takeaway? Okay, that's Miss Vilma. Yes, Vilma, take it away. She's in Guadalupe. Take it away, Vilma.
Hi, everyone. Today is so interesting and deep. You know, it's. I feel privileged for the fact that we're going to deep into this book and to actually meet the author. And furthermore, it's one thing to read a book, but to actually get the tools and to do the practicality of how to go about it, because we all mean well in our life, but we find ourselves daily doing or saying things, and it's only after, I'm just speaking personally, it's only after I say that, I say, my gosh, I mean, I'm reading, I'm studying these books, I'm listening to podcasts and so on. Why do I find myself saying or thinking the wrong things? And, it's by using those tools that is very, important, that you could actually apply to your life, that can make a big difference. So I thank you so much for being here and for this information.
Thank you. Yeah, well, that's the same compliment Oprah gave me. And what Oprah said is she branded me the how-to guy. She said, you're the how-to guy for teaching law of attraction. And I am. One of the things that you're going to learn in the book, I'm going to show a quick picture here, is the 3-step formula. We haven't even talked about that. Everything I talked about so far is in the first 14 pages of my book. All of it is how to reset your vibe, how to get rid of negative traction, how to get rid of things, how to change your mental thoughts around the don't, nots, and no's. And then when you, I'm going to use the word clean up, when you kind of balance and reset your vibration, you know, you're not talking, now it's time to order. You can, and there's a 3-step formula you're going to learn about. I'll talk about it briefly. Now it's time to place an order. So when we go to order a pizza, you don't call the pizza people and tell them all the things that you don't want. Imagine that. Hey, I'd like to order a pizza, but here's what I don't want on it. Well, guess what? That's not going to work. So in this training, you're going to learn, in the book, you're going to learn step number 1. Step number 1 is, what do I want? Most people don't know what they want, but they know what they don't want. Imagine calling the law of attraction order desk and thinking, I'd like to place an order. I don't want clients that don't have any money, and I don't want clients that cancel. And then the operator says, okay, your order's been placed, and hang up and say, no, I didn't mean to order that. And law of attraction says, I'm not smart, I'm obedient, I heard what you placed. So the very first step is, what do you want? You're going to learn that in the book. Step 2 says, well, now that it's like a pizza list. Maybe you and your friends put a list together on a piece of paper. How can a bunch of people get clarity about what they want on their pizza? The best way to know what you want on your pizza is to know what you don't want. So you go around there, you don't want this, you don't want this. So what if we got this and everybody says, I love it. Now you got a list, but you didn't place the order. You see, in the pizza world, you got to make the phone call. Hey, I'd like to place this order. And what are you telling them? You're telling them the things that you want. It's like when you go to Google. You don't go to Google and type in the things that you don't want, so you're good at that. Step number 1, you're going to learn, what do I want? Step number 2, I got to place the order. Wait for it. I'm going to show you the order placer. It's you and your vibration. Your vibrational bubble, the vibe that you're sending is what's placing the order. And Law of Attraction Order Desk is receiving all vibrations. Matter of fact, just to really burn the image, I want to show you the job description for Law of Attraction in one word: matches. I'm showing a box of matches. Burn this image, look at it, it matches. If you're getting it, you sent the vibration. So, number 1, what do I want? Here's my list. My ideal referral, my ideal customer, my ideal sale, my ideal opportunity, my ideal referral, my ideal prospect. All of those need to be defined. And then you place the order. How do you do it? You're going to learn how to do it with your words. You don't have to make a macaroni collage. You don't have to do a dream board. You don't have to visualize. You don't have to tell 1,000 friends. You just use, I'm going to teach you how to use the words that cause you to include the vibration. Hey, wouldn't it be nice if it was a 2-step formula? Number 1, what do I want? Number 2, talk about it. But number 3 is the most important part. And it's the part where most of you, if you've been practicing Law of Attraction, will say, well, now this has been missing. So the 3rd step in my book, Law of Attraction, talks about allowing. And what does that mean? It means allow it in. Open the door, allow it in. Let's talk about the pizza. Hey, here's a list of what I want in the pizza. I'm going to call the pizza people to place the order. And then the driver texts and said, I'm close. Allow them in. I'm outside waiting. I'm going to go to the car and get it. You see, when it comes to Amazon and ordering pizza and ordering food, you're super good at allowing it in. Matter of fact, some of you will chase the truck down the road to allow it in. But when it comes to Law of Attraction, that hasn't been happening. Some of you have your hands on your hip and saying, well, where's that thing? Where's that thing that I put out there? It means that you haven't been allowing it in. 1/4 of my book is about that. And I'll finish with this sentence and why this is so important that you're going to learn this. The speed, because people say, how fast can I attract what I want? The speed at which you can attract, number 1, what you want, is determined by how much you're allowing, not by how much you want it. The speed at which you can attract anything is by how much you are allowing. Okay, that was fun. I'm just going to go out and we can take another question, a comment
I
rather.
love it. You know, I want to just pour into some of these comments that they're also posting up right there on YouTube. Thanks so very much for those that's been tuning in. Ms. Vilma Samuel said, this is so powerful. also one of the girls that said, I just was watching The Secret. Can you believe this? It's working right now. Another person said that this is so true. Oh my God, true light. And I could just feel their energy. I also saw one that said reset, reset, reset. Another person said high vibes are here. Nothing low at all in this space. And that's wonderful. Collaborations at its finest. There's another one that was poured in. And I mean, just hearts everywhere, Michael. You are truly resonating with so many people in this space. And we can just feel how they're going to be changed. And that's one of the greatest things we love. We hit that reset button. We know we can't go back. This is where we are going to continue on moving forward. Everyone have ordered, and if they haven't so far, I want to look in the chat. How many of you guys have ordered your book, The Law of Attraction? If you haven't had your book yet, we're going to make sure we put the link up so you can get your book, so we can go through this book. This is our GW3. This is our book for the month. And we know by August the 19th, when we have the Power to Soar Leadership Conference, we'll be new and transformed individuals. Thanks to you, Michael. Oh my God, thanks to you. So I know for sure we have some more that want to pour into this conversation. I would like to hear from Steve. Steve, are you there? Steve is in Singapore. Let's see if he's there. Okay, maybe he's not there. And then we have our youngest author, Mr. Muhammad. Would you like to pour into the conversation, Muhammad? Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, you can. Okay. So we would like to know that what was your takeaway? Anyone could go ahead on and unmute and say their name and share with us what are some of your takeaways.
Hey, Renee, it's Maria.
Hey, Maria, take it away, beautiful. Right there in New Jersey, New York City.
Yep. I'm here, driving up. It's okay. Michael, you changed my life on so many levels. The Google movement is really what I'm considering. I speak into the universe what I want, rather than I know that the universe does not understand communication just like Google doesn't, and I just embrace that and really do my best to put out what I'm looking for. I ordered a dress. I knew what I wanted that dress to look like. It is beautiful. I just picked it up for an event tonight so that I look the way I want to look. I picture the dress, I picture the shoes, I picture the bag. I think that's what I wanted, and I found it by accident in the middle of the night out of nowhere. So there it was, waiting for me, because I specifically requested the look, and I find out this is really everything. I made it easier with the GW3, with Renee, with all these beautiful ladies and the men who are joining us now. I'm not here by accident. I asked for these amazing humans, and I am here with them. Started somehow, some way. I said the right things to the universe, and Michael, you have now reset button. I did my best because I am Italian, and my mother was a warrior, so I worried, and I leaned into joy, and when it came to my son, everything.
Yes, I did want to remind you, in the habit when you every time we were receiving something.
Having a great time coming home and telling me all the great things they did and their experience. So, Michael, that reset button works because I reset the brain consciously a lot.
Okay.
Thank you. And ladies, really just follow Michael if you're not already. It's
Good.
just a gem.
Well, I wanted to give you another tool. You're going to learn it in the book, but I want you to get it now. And I want you to get in the habit of, because you've had a lot of manifestations, right? I want you to get in the habit of pointing at it and saying this is here because of me. Look at this new dress that I've been talking, this is here because of me. These people that I'm meeting that are in alignment, they are here because of me. You called it an accident. It's not an accident. You summoned the vibration that created that. Everything coming to you, there's nothing doing it to you or for you. If you attracted it, you have had to send the vibration that created it. So take ownership. You guys are here because of me. This is here because of me. That's here because of me. And what that does, it proves your, wait for it, somebody write this down in the chat in the room. It proves your that you are attractable. And what does attractable mean? Write this down. Attractable equals able to attract. So what if you could start saying, wow, I am attractable. Look, I attracted this. And then when you go to attract something else in your business, even if that little voice says, well, that'll never work, the other voice will say, oh, yes, it do. I got lots of evidence. So get in the habit of proving your attractability-ness. I just made that word up. And every time you point at it and say, this is here because of me, and this is here because of me, every time you say, this is here because of me, you're proving your attractability. And you know what that proof is getting rid of? Wait for it. Write this in the chat. Proof removes doubt. Remember all those things that you said you wanted and you're doubting that you can get them? Find proof. Find proof that the universe is working for you. This is here, this is here, this is here. And then that little voice says you can't have it, or you can't get it. It'll be overpowered by the new voice, which is your confidence. Again, this is a tool you're going to learn in the allowing section. And remember, allowing is blocking your manifestation. So to loosen up the allowing, you need to start finding more proof. And if you're watching me, this is my favorite little symbol here. Become a proof seeker and start looking for it. Oh, there's proof here, there's proof there, there's proof there. And instead of counting that you're not there yet, take stock about how close you're getting, maybe with your goals, maybe with your customer count. Oh, I wanted to have 10 clients this month, I only had 7. Oh, really? See how, not you, but see how people, they keep score that it hasn't happened yet. What if you can say to the first client you got, oh, look at this is an ideal client. Here's proof. Oh, look, I got another ideal client. What if you celebrated every ideal client, and as in that celebration, you're including the vibration of it? See, goal setting helps set the goal, but then we keep score that we're not there yet. So continue to set the goal, because it's the goal that sets the energy in motion. But instead of keeping score that you're not there yet, start seeking proof of how you're lining up everything that you're attracting is matching what you were saying. Sometimes it can feel a little freaky to do that and think, wow, this is so freaky. Well, enjoy that. And this is here because of you.
Ooh, Michael, woo, you are just like serving it up right now. My goodness, guys, flash your mics because I'm feeling this one right here. Become a proof seeker. A proof seeker. I know, guys, this is like we weren't expecting this much power this Saturday. I'm gonna let you know right now, Michael. I'm so excited about, what we have in store and what we're going to be able to also accomplish by reading. I put it upside down, by reading the law of attraction.
Yes.
And not only that, but attracting everything that we desire because we're using the right words,
Yes.
the right choice of words. And that way going to resonate so much in attracting, like they said, that good karma. Oh man, this is powerful. Now I did reach out to, let's see if Stephen is there. We also have Kimberly. Kimberly, are you there in the house with us by chance? Kim?
Yes, I'm here, Renee. Thank you. Thank you very much, Michael, for your share. Yes, I'm here in the room.
Well, Miss Kim, she's our soul coach. She's like our healer in this space. What would you like to pour into this conversation, Miss Kim? Miss Kimberly.
I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much. Everything you share resonates with me deeply because I think all the 4 things that you said, kind of visual, audio, feeling, like all senses activate in me. And I'm very grateful in terms of the law of resonance. Whatever we think, that's what we attract. And what I love, what I take away from today is what exactly do I want in any form of relationship, and put a reset in that to attract the right vibe, because the word we speak, the energy vibration that we hold within our higher heart, within our own being, that's what we attract. And what I love the most today for what you shared, Michael, is the push of how close we are to our dream, our goal, and our desire.
That's right.
Just to be able to validate proof of the success, proof of the law, proof of the universe always conspired on our behalf. Actually, I have this information I want to share with the room. I got download last week. It says like this: the universe always surprised and delights me with all my heart desire. Whenever I said that statement, it brings me joy. It's just a word. Whenever I manifest a lot of things, I'm looking for the fun stuff to do.
Mm-hmm.
So this one to have more fun. I'm going to have fun instead of go out marketing. I don't use that. And yet I'm going to go out to connect with people to have fun. That's when I attract a lot of clients. Thank you so much, Miss Renee. And thank you, Michael, for your share.
You're welcome.
I'm grateful to be in your vibe, in your
Thank you.
presence. Thank you very much. This is Kim Lee. I am complete.
It occurred to me that the friends on Clubhouse aren't getting to see the vibrational bubble guy. So I changed my profile picture. So if you want to pull down on the screen, this is the guy we've been talking about, the vibrational bubble. So this might give you a picture. Right now, you all have that. So what's in your vibe? And after today, people are going to be super conscious about their words and what they're saying and what they're giving attention to. And now they can do something about it. In the past, some of you didn't know, how do I change my thoughts? Well, it's that question, so what do I want? I want to change my picture one more time because I'm a trainer and I want to make sure that I'm burning this image. So put your finger on the screen to refresh again. And I want you to burn this image in your brain forever. Don't, not, and no. Again, my profile picture in Clubhouse. Look at that image, burn that image, burn it, burn it, burn it, write it down. This will significantly reduce your negative attraction. Okay, what a powerful day we've had today. And they haven't read the book yet. Wait till they read the book, and it's going to make so much sense and so much clarity.
I want to know, everybody, do you feel the energy, guys? If you are feeling the energy, put some hearts in the chat. Absolutely. Let's make some noise in the space. If you're right there on you, right there with us in the Clubhouse. I mean, Michael, come on, unmute, guys. For those who are feeling the energy, come on, go woohoo! Come on now. Anybody? Woohoo! There we go. Yes, yes, yes. I heard that voice over there in New York City. Was that Amira Brown? Amira? Okay, I heard somebody.
No, that wasn't me.
Oh, somebody go, yes. Whoever that yes was.
That's Kim. That's me.
Oh, that was you? Oh, wow. You got a little bit deeper there, Kim. I love it. Would anyone else like to share before we wrap up this particular segment here with the man himself, Mr. Michael? Please, go ahead.
I would.
Yes.
Yes, I would. This is Seer. This is Dr. Sonia James Davis. Listen, that really blessed me. I thought it's so much. My mind is everywhere. But I really appreciate you for being what God attracted me to hear. And because I had a lot of questions before him. I've always been the type of person that give. And I never asked the question of what do I want except for this deal.
Right.
And I see how my question that I sent out to God was brought back to me today. And it really fine-tuned even more the clarity. I love the learning sessions as far as being kinesthetic, being audio learner, visual.
Yeah.
I learned those before because I had to teach my children, as a matter of fact. So that's very powerful. So I just want to thank you, Michael, for being who you are. I definitely have the book already, so I'm looking forward to the rest of it. But what do you want has been something I feel like I've been sitting there for a while. And it really clarified what's going on because, there's power, life, or death in the tongue. That's pretty much where I'm at with what it is that you've been telling us this whole time. There's power of life or death in our mouth. I know this, but to have it be spoken a different way was what really blessed me. And I actually see results because there are people reaching out to me about that very thing that I spoke about when I first got on here.
Yeah.
So the law of attraction is very powerful. So I'm looking forward to all the rest of it. But what do you want resonated very much with me.
Yeah, Yes, good stuff. And
clarity from that.
and even permission to ask for what you want, right?
Mhm.
You know, I can have what I want. You've been given all this time, and now it's time for you. So that's a nice, powerful position.
And like you said, also,
Thank you.
thank you, Sarah, so very much. You know, she's definitely one of our amazing, she's one of our producers also at the GW3 live show. And it's just so important for us to keep on resonating with our, not only our ability, but understanding the power of knowing how. Because a lot of us don't even know how to, like you said, just ask for it. And my goodness, today have definitely been transformational. If you have been transformed just by listening to Michael, we haven't even read the book yet. Please make sure you put more hearts in the chat. We are so grateful to have you. And Natasha Murphy, thank you for bringing Michael to the family. Oh my
Hmm.
goodness. This book here, not only is it going to be a healing, this is going to be a redefine of our personality, our
Yeah.
character, and also we're going to go real deep. And this is going to be something that we're going to do together, just like what we did with the laws. I'm sorry, the how we
Think
did
and
Think
Grow
and
Rich.
Grow Rich.
Yeah.
We're going to do the exact same thing. So we allow each person to read their book, and then we'll come right back to the group every week on Saturday. So therefore, we'll cover so many chapters at a time, and then we'll
Yes.
have an open dialogue in regard to what it is that you were able to receive from that segment. So weekly, guys, you know how we do it. Every week on Saturday, we'll be plugged in until we lead up to August 19th, the Power to Soar Leadership Conference. Michael, let me
Wow.
share this with you. We've already seen some transformation with these ladies and gents. We've done the 75 hard. We did a 90-day challenge, and now we're on a 14-day challenge, getting ready to wrap up that 14-day challenge where we took out like meats alongside with sugars as well as bread. And I
Wow.
mean, we have already been transformed, but now it's time for us to do that deeper dive.
The
And we're
mental
going to make sure we
transformation.
can do the attraction of everything, guys. It's a science to this, everything that we desire. Michael, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you, guys. I want you to go ahead on and close us out, Michael, with your words of wisdom that you'd like to pour into the GW3 tribe, as well as all of those viewers that's watching us, whether they're on YouTube, whether they're right there on Facebook, and also for those viewers right there in the clubhouse. Michael, take it away.
Thank you. Personal thanks to Natasha for inviting me back. Today's message, I said a lot, you took a lot of notes, but how important is it for you to understand your ability to reset your vibes? What a tool that is, the ability to change the vibe that you're sending about everything and anything. And the vibe that you're sending is coming from the thoughts and the words that you're using. And today, you have the easy ability to reset your vibe by resetting the words. Those 3 words, don't, not, and no. And as you catch yourself over the next couple of days, you might catch yourself saying it out loud. Don't do this. But maybe Monday or Tuesday, you're about to say don't, not, and no, but you correct it. You're about to say don't forget, and you say, remember, that's graduation. When you can convert it before you say it out loud, again, you'll be quite aware over the next couple of days. But now you know what to do with that don't, not, and no. You can reset it by asking yourself, so what do I want? Thanks, everybody, for all your questions and comments and your feedback. Be sure to follow me in Clubhouse and check out my Law of Attraction events to help complement everything you're going to be learning with the book. So thank you very much, everybody.
It has been a true honor as well as a privilege. And you said Oprah Winfrey interviewed you. Well, you've just been interviewed by the one and the only GW3 Tribe Warriors.
Yes,
Not only
yes.
Renee Nor, but also Miss Natasha. And I'm so grateful for you being in our lives. And you know, the greatest thing that we can always understand that not only we have to be careful with what it is that we say. We got to watch out for the thoughts. We got to start there because it truly starts with our thoughts, because we know eventually what those thoughts become words. And not only do those words become actions, but then those actions can become habits. So we have to be really, really careful in that area, because we know with those habits, it leads to our character. And my goodness, for the GW3 tribe, I'm looking forward to you guys not only building your character, but living the life that you are destined to live. This has been an amazing opportunity for us to interview the man himself, Mr. Michael Losier. And thank you again, Miss Natasha Murphy, for giving us the opportunity to be able to bring this this energy as well as this interview to fruition. Guys, we ask that you join us Monday through Friday right there in the clubhouse with the GW3 tribe. It has been an honor, and this is how we're getting started with our Super Saturday. Thank you again, Michael. We're going to go ahead on and sign out for today. Thank you.
Thanks,
all
everybody.
for
That was
joining
fun.
us.
Cheers.
Yes. Miss Natasha, would you like to say something before we close out?
I want to thank Michael. Michael, I really appreciate you for joining us, and you gave some valuable information that I will take with me as well. I always learn something new every time I'm in a space with you. So thank you again, Michael Losier.
Well, we're thankful to have you, beautiful, and continue on blazing the universe. And you know how I always like to close out, guys. Make sure you hold your heads up, put those shoulders back. And you know what, guys? It's time for us to go and blaze the universe because the world needs another game changer. And that game changer is you. Thank you guys for joining us with the GW3 Live.
Wakanda